Hello again, fellow gamers and 7 Days to Die fans. This is Small Archangel with another episode of 7 Days to Die, Return to Navezgane. Now today we are actually planning on leaving this base behind and setting up a new one as near to the absolute centre of the nav map as we can. I put a flag in it at the end of the last episode. There it is, that's pretty much 0, 0. Yeah, believe me it is. I did it very carefully. And it's not far from the Working Stiff tool shop that we found as well. I have a feeling it's also not far from Dyersville. If I recall, there's a huge great town right there. So that's not too far, but I think it's far enough away we won't get such constant horde or anything like that happening. I certainly hope not anyway. So I'm not planning on taking too much stuff with us. We're going to keep it more or less to a minimum. Because I just want to start building the structure today. Maybe we'll be safe enough by tonight to stay there, maybe not. I'm not sure about the doors. I'm going to just leave those be, to be honest. But probably we'll end up coming back here simply because there's no way I'm going to be taking all the stuff I need. Quite like to get a garden set up there, but I don't think I've got any seeds at this point to do that. We will be back here just because maple seed, we need pine seeds really. You see, I've made some bellows so we can set up a forge, but yeah, I'm going to leave that there as well. So we're just going to do the initial setup today. We're going to find where we're going to build our base and we're going to just start the job. And I will have to do a certain amount of schlepping to and fro between them. But yeah, if I get time to hoe some rows to set up a garden while we're there as well, that will be a bonus. So let's head for the centre of the map. Just arm myself. You can see I made myself a nice new bow last night, which we'd better load, hadn't we? Because it's not going to auto load. Good arrow and good iron arrow. Awesome. I thought somehow I'd be able to make a better quality one now. After all, we are level... I have done it again. I have come downstairs again. Something inside me still thinks that's the door. Okay. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why I have to leave this base, because I just don't get it. Look, see, I didn't even pick up that last night. How useless am I? Okay, so we're going to go along Coronado. That's more or less going to take us in the right kind of direction. But my hope is that when we're set up in the middle of the whole map, we're going to have easier access to all of the biomes. I want to visit all of the biomes. Slight apology to anyone who doesn't, isn't particularly into watching the daily grind. I did make the conscious decision that I was going to record every bit of this, warts and all, grind and all of the sort of grabbing the... resources, chopping down trees, getting everything, rocks, you name it. So apologies for that, but I will try and make it as clear as possible when I make episodes which involve looting and, isn't that pretty? Looting and visiting the other biomes and POIs and such like that. I will try and title them in such a way as to make it obvious that yeah, that's what's going on there. So if you're more interested in those, you can sort of pick and choose a little bit. And of course lots of zombie shooting, and I'll make the feral horde ones sort of fairly clear as well. Oh, I've lost my mojo. Okay. Right. So I've got my zombie spawns on medium still, because as I said I think last episode, it's rubbish shot. What has happened to me? Woo, yeah, no good at all. As I said last episode, I don't want to... Oh, for heaven's sake. I swear, it just went straight through her head. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I am absolutely rubbish shot today. I don't know what's the matter with me. But I don't want to use this club, because I still can't repair the flaming things. Another reason I want to move, because I want to set up a forge, and I don't want to have to go through building 2 of them. Because at this stage in the game, it feels like quite expensive work. Finally. Now, can we get a headshot on this bint? No. What on earth? Build myself a nice bow. Oh, hello. Perhaps plant some coffee now. Built myself a nice bow and then totally failed to hit anything with it. Horrendous. Okay, so if you watched last episode, we did come out this way, which is when I found the tool shop, which was great. I did only find 150 something frames, so that's probably not going to get us too far. I'm not going to build a big base. Oh crap, there's a bear. Well, this is where my life really does depend on being able to shoot vaguely straight. Oh crap, there's a blooming zombie, and he ignores me completely and just goes straight for me, ignores the zombie, obviously. No, I don't. I'd back into a blooming zombie while I'm shooting him in the face. Oh yes, about time. Alright. Right, well let's have this quick before that zombie catches up. This point's going to be 12 o'clock before I get anywhere at all. Oh yeah, we'll have that, and we'll definitely have that, and we'll have that. I now smell to high heaven, but what's new? Let's go. Okay, that was unasked for and unlooked for bonus. Wow, there's another bear. Wow, there really are lots of bears. This was chasing me as well. Will you go away? And they don't like me at all. I came this way yesterday and they didn't chase me. At least there's no zombie this time. Look, I actually happen to quite like bears. I don't actually want to kill you. Oh. But there's enough bears spawn in Navezgane that I think it might be worthwhile going on a bear hunt at some point, because I don't think I want the bones. I know you can make shivs with them, but I'm kind of past the point where I need a shiv right now. It's long enough since I last played for any length of time in Navezgane, at all in Navezgane since the start of the series. It's long enough that I can't remember where, and I've got a vague memory of where the key points are, like Dyersfield, Gravestown, which is bottom, sort of south west part of the map, I think, and then you've got the desert and the desert towns like Old Mole down in the south east corner, and what have you. Oh dear, that's not good. But other than that, and I can remember where this farm was and what have you, but there's a lot of things, I don't know where they are at all, and I cannot remember what's right in the middle of the map. Probably absolutely nothing at all. It's probably in the middle of nowhere, but to be honest, that would quite suit me. It's not far from this corn farm here, so I don't really even need to plant my own corn, do I? Because this is going to keep me going for a while, especially since I replanted some of it, which does seem a little crazy, even for me. Yeah, I'll go right here, and then over that bridge that falls down underneath you. I might have to kind of make my own bridge, or just swim across, I don't know. Or maybe there's a bit of it that won't collapse. Okay, there's a fat zombie at the other side, so maybe I won't run. Maybe I'll save my stamina. Does this bit here collapse? Is it just some bits of it that collapse? No, it's the entire flaming thing by the sound of it. Wow. Keep moving or I'll end up going through it and we'll have a broken leg to deal with. Which would be lovely. Yeah, I hit you fair and square, chum. Hey. Something else I want to do, of course, is find all the other stores. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Appreciated. Gotcha. I've got my mojo back, maybe. Yeah, I want to find all the other stores, so I'm going to assume that there's a Poppin' Pills, although that might possibly be the hospital, and I'm not sure how keen I actually am to visit the hospital. I know what I've read and heard about the hospital, and I'm sure there's a Shotgun Messiah. I'm sure there's probably a Shamway somewhere as well. So I want to find those at some point too. So we're going to be doing a fair bit of trolling around, particularly when we get the mini bike. Even if it's a total piece of crap mini bike. Oh look, there's a lake. That's quite cool. You got anything for me? Not convinced by that. This is not Spillway Lake. Spillway Lake's absolutely huge. This one's just, I'm not sure, has it even got a name? Not that Actually, it's really close by to 0, 0. Let's find out where 0, 0 actually is, kind of up that grassy knoll or something. Because this is not far from our actual total centre point. Let's see, we can't be far off it now. Somebody else has smelled me. Where's the centre point? Kind of here? Yeah, pretty much exactly here. Oh, look, and there's a church. So that's the church POI over there, prefab. I don't want to park myself right on top of a prefab like that, because I could already see a bunch of zombies around it, so I'm not gonna go too close to that. So actually, I'm quite liking the idea of building in the lake. Now, as I said before, in Nav, all of the water is just the same as it ever was. It's all just one block deep, which does mean, you know, you can't build a floating base unless you're prepared to do a heck of a lot of digging, and digging through water's not easy. So I'm not sure I can be bothered with that. However, there are some distinct advantages to building in water, even if it's a big glorified puddle like this one. Firstly, obviously, we end up with lots and lots of water close to hand, so no problem with a water supply. Secondly, we have a zombie over there, so I'm going to shoot her in the face. Thirdly, zombies move slower in water. I'm not sure that she's going to demonstrate that right now, but if this was night time, she wouldn't actually be able to run. She'd do that hilarious fast forward shuffle thing. No thank you. And thirdly, these guys are not going to leave any. So that was 2 3s, wasn't it? It's because die. Ugh, what a useless shot. I've lost it again. There we go. Thirdly, or indeed fourthly, whichever you prefer, these guys aren't going to leave any gore piles because they're in water. And that's something I very much like as well. So yeah, I think we might just, let's see, let me find out kind of the midpoint. I can't really see, let's just zoom. That's pretty much where I'm at, isn't it? And we're going to keep getting plagued by these things, let's just face it. It's their job, isn't it? Yeah, I can't really do anything about that right now. Okay, so let's see what's right way on. Is that okay? We'll call this the front of the base in this direction then. We'll just mark out our area. Oops. I cannot do anything today. Maybe there's something wrong with my mouse, I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8, 9. And I think that's right. I will double check. Okay, there we go. I do prefer bases with a small footprint. It's better for stability, better for avoiding zombies spawning in it. Oh, thank you very much, that's very nice. Let's see, can we see that from there? It's pretty much central, isn't it? I might just move it a couple of blocks in this direction like that. Oh, there we go. You can see there's just grass underneath this. So on the one hand, yeah, everything I said, but one of my concerns will be that there isn't anything very substantial underneath my base. So now that looks pretty square to me. Oh great, the smell radius is so huge I can't actually see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and that must be 4. Let's do that. It's about as high as you can go without breaking yourself anyway. Oh, go on. Is that the same height? That's the same height. Okay. And one more. Oh, come on. Okay, there may be something wrong with my coordination today, I'm not sure. So that gives, broadly speaking, just do a zombie check, the dimensions of our base. So it's 9 by 9, which is what I often do with these things. Now, when it comes to the actual structure itself, we basically have two choices. It being in water, I wouldn't want to go underground. I wouldn't want to go underground anyway, because I like a bit of action, let's face it, and you don't get any of that underground unless you have some sort of superstructure, in which case what's really the point? I have done a mixture of both in the past. They do work well, but right now, nope. We're going for above ground. However, yeah, the other choices, basically we build our structure here and we build our walls here. But the risk of that, I think, is that even if I make my ground at this level here, we have... it's obvious that the zombies are going to... Look at that. I can't get rid of it now. The zombies are going to attack the walls of the base, and unless I'm very diligent about running around inside it and repairing, particularly on Horde night, and shooting the zombies in the face at the same time, it's quite difficult, you spread yourself quite thin, I'm going to end up with an incursion. I'm going to end up with an incursion not only of zombies but water as well, and as we know, water can destroy stuff. And even if, yeah, I make my sort of floor level up here, so technically the water wouldn't necessarily get in, it still might, because one thing you find when the zombies are sort of punching here, they tend somehow, when there's a wall for them to get stuck on, they tend to dig straight down like a bunch of bulldozers, and they end up undermining the base and end up underneath it. So I'm not too keen on that notion either. Now, the third choice is the one I think I favour, which is making a base that's more like a tower. Couple of reasons for that, really. You've got the best of both worlds. You can shoot downwards at the zombies. If you've got an appropriate platform to do so. I mean, I'm very fond of the killing floor idea of having a platform there. Of course, the only thing I can really shoot through at the moment with bows and arrows is iron bars. Yeah, eventually I hope I'll be able to make some of those, in spite of the lack of iron ore deposits in Navezgane. At least I don't think there are any. But I also like the fact that the zombies don't really have anything to hit. They come along, and what they really want is to get to where you are. And if you're basically... If you're basically in the middle of this... One more, please. If you're basically in the middle, sort of there, the zombies will just want to get to where you are. If there's walls round, they will beat at the walls to try and get at you. And that's where your base damage comes in. And if there aren't any walls, basically they just wander underneath you, and then they just stand there like a bunch of lemons, unable to do a thing, which is funny, and wait for you to shoot them in the face, which is hilarious. So not very sporting perhaps, but that is my feeling. So we'll go for making a tower, and with that in mind, I'm building these pillars here, because the last thing I want is the whole flaming thing collapsing, and I did have quite a lot of problems with that in my last sort of game in A12 Random Gen, and of course with the physics of this game, that is something we always do have to think about. So let's just finish this off. Well, that seems to be holding absolutely fine so far. Oof, I thought that was going to hurt. We can get rid of these now, because we actively want the water underneath the tower. Of course, I am slightly concerned, as I say, about the lack of robustness in just dirt blocks underneath the base. I may at some point upgrade that when I get the technology. I may upgrade the floor under my feet to be something a little bit more robust, but I may not, quite honestly. I may just leave it as it is because it's perfectly level. Unlike Random Gen, the ground under the water here is completely level. In other words, there's nothing for the zombies to get stuck on. There is nothing at all. These posts, they're not going to keep them from getting to me. They've got slight, intelligence. They can go through them. Then they stand there and they stand right underneath me and I shoot them in the face. Brilliant. Not a problem. Okay, so there we go. Now, which way are we facing here? Which way do we call forwards? Well, I think sort of that way-ish. I want to know where the front of my base is. Because, yeah, that's where I'm going to put my entrance. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Should we put it there? Ultimately, I might be able to do a water entry here. That's another good thing about building in a lake like this, is to have a water entry. But at the same time, 1, 2, 3. One more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm not necessarily going to be able to do that straight away. So, for the time being, I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay, now, can I get across there? Oh, wow. Oh, it's just 2 blocks, so that's fine. Okay, now I've got a bit of a choice with the entrance here. I'm going to put a ladder there. So I'll climb up on the inside of this, and then hopefully the zombies will be less likely to smack heck on my ladder, thus making me unable to get into my own base. But what I was thinking of doing here was... I'm not sure if that's going to... Okay, let's try this first of all. What I really need to do, I'll just do that. I want to keep myself armed here. Let's just upgrade that. And I need to make a ladder, don't I? So let's just make a few sticks and let's make ladder. Just not spelled with 1D. Oh, good grief, some days. Okay. Okay, we can only make 3. I think I'll probably need more than 3. And we're not going to build at the bottom, obviously, apart from anything else, it'll get washed away by the water, which is stupid. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're going to need 1 more than that. That's annoying. Okay, and 1 more ladder, please. Okay, obviously we're going to need some more ladder at some point in our base as well. And then we can climb up here. Or not. Alright, and then what I'd really like to do, actually, is put... how am I going to do this? What I'd really like to do is place... Right, this is an experiment. What I'd really like to do is place a trapdoor here. So I'll just do that. AKA a hatch. Oh no. How do we do... Ah, we do that, yeah. But I've got too many. There we go. Let's stick a hatch over here. And we probably want it the other way around, like this. Hatch. Like that. Okay, let's just check that that's okay. And still get up and down there alright. Go. Whee! There we go. And that's kind of what I want, but I don't really want those there. I kind of want it just to be the one thing like that. Fab! Okay, now the question is, can I put another hatch there? Because I'd really like to be able to put 2 hatches in a row. And I'm not sure if this is going to work. Like that. Because that is now like a drawbridge. So if I come up through there, obviously, then shut the hatch, and then once I've come through, if I open the hatch, what's going to happen to the zombies? If they actually get up the ladder by some miracle, they're just going to fall through the hatch. Genius. Well, it may be good, or it may not. We'll have to see. Oh, good grief. There's a bunch of Zeds coming. Okay, I'll pick you off from here. This is the other good thing about a tower, of course, is getting a good viewpoint. Yes, level 18. Alright, so now, I guess the best thing to do is to take out these zombies. Preferably with headshots. And then upgrade those blocks. I hope Nursey got any medication. Ooh, nice. Can't be bothered with the other ones. I'm just thinking time is getting on. And I would stay here, but there isn't very much point in staying here overnight. Because I really need to be able to get my stuff schlepped over from the other base. So I'm just going to whiz round here. I'm not going to upgrade any of these beyond the first stage for the moment. This is going to take a lot of wood. Alright, we'll see if we can do the outside as well. Oh, you blast. That's not what I meant. Hey, it's going to be upgraded eventually, but that was a little bit keen. Yeah, I'm going to need to do that one from up there because I can't reach from here. And I'm actually, for the minute, going to leave the inner layer of blocks just as they are for the moment. Just going to leave those unupgraded like that. So there we go. And from here I can probably do that. Yeah, and then put that there. So any I've missed? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. So, for the time being, that is more or less it. I might just leave my trapdoor up. Just in case. But there we go. So that doesn't look like anything very much at the moment. But the other thing I'm going to do very quickly, before anything else happens, and before we go back to the current base, I am going to make 2 chests. And we're going to stick them here. Because I'm going to have to bring a lot of stuff here. And these are going to be useful. Oh, come on. These are going to be useful anyway, because I'm going to be able to not just bring a load of stuff over here to drop it off, but I'm also going to be able to use these eventually to as drop boxes for when I come back to base with a load of stuff, but I don't want to bother putting it all, you know, taking it all back all the way into the base. So I'm gonna drop this lot in here for the moment. I've got a torch. I'm going to keep that with me. I'm going to leave that there. And we're going to head back to our usual base. Oh, look, there's even a couple of these at the moment. I probably shouldn't be looting at the minute. Now, do you know what? I have been looking for a flashlight, actually. And that we're going to scrap, because right now what we really, really, really need is iron. As I say, I really want to be able to make... Ooh, I really want to be able to make some, can we do this? Yes, we can. It's probably a pretty crappy torch. It's not very good quality. Does it run down, because I haven't really used these, does it run down the durability as I use it? I'm guessing it does, kind of like a battery. And we better have some beer, because it's going to be runtime in a moment. And that turned off my torch again. Okay. Cool, so we've made a start there, and so next episode pretty much what we're going to be doing is carting as much stuff over there as we can. There we go. It's night time again. We're going to cart as much stuff over there as we can, stick it in the chest for the time being, do a bit more work on the base, and after a couple of days of doing that, basically we're going to have made the move complete. I'm not going to take everything from the current base. I never do that, but I will take the essential stuff. As I say, I don't normally move this early in a series. I've only been, you know, it's not even been 2 weeks yet, but I am hoping to get myself roughly established there before day 14, obviously, because that's That's where the fun really starts, with the cops and dogs and wasps. Oh my. So I do hope you'll be watching my next episode. As I say, you won't be missing anything. Literally the only thing I do at night, the only thing I will do tonight, is go home and put stuff away in boxes and basically plan what I'm going to do next episode. So plan what I'm going to take with me, get everything packed up. And if I had any wood, I would make some more frames. But at the minute, I don't really have any. Okay, let's just take her out. Apologies for the dark. Bring on the mining helmet. Oi, oi, and now's another one. And another one. Will you girls go away? I wouldn't mind. I left meat behind. I'm not even carrying bear meat now. Oh, flip. There's a bunch more of them over there. Let's just hope they don't know where I am. Let's just hope they're just randomly having a bit of a nighttime jog. Oh, finally. Here we go. And there's home. Not so sweet home. But, as I say, I never quite feel at home until I've made my own. That's just the way I am. I guess that's my gaming style. So, as I said before we were so rudely interrupted, I do hope you'll join me for the next episode where we'll really sort of I might even take those frames there. That's what I'm going to do tonight. And I'm going to take these two, just because I like them. And they might be useful. So I'm going to take all the frames from here that we can as well, because they're going to help the effort. And I'll probably take the scrap ones as well. I don't usually rob out my own bases, but in this case, I don't think I'll be back. I think in Navezgane, the map's small enough that really one base is quite enough and will do the job. So I will leave you while I put stuff in other stuff and get things together and decide what it is I'm going to take with us tomorrow. And and I will see you in the next episode. So as ever, guys, thank you for watching. You've been fab. And do hit the like button if you like the video. I wish these things respawned while you were living next to them, but they don't. I will see you next time. Happy gaming, keep surviving. Bye bye for now.